Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to our Changing Constitution, Day 2. So you're going to need to get into Benchmark Universe and be able to look at the mentor text that you found yesterday. And then you need a pencil and maybe a piece of paper, but you won't need a highlighter today. You are going to get the chance to go back over and highlight and underline different things we cover this week once you get your mentor text on Thursday. So go ahead and pause and log in to Benchmark Universe and pull up your mentor text. Okay, here we go. We are going to be able to evaluate details read to determine main idea and supporting details. That's our I can statement. So if you open up on your mentor text online to page 6, it should look like this. We are going to read through the conflict over the Constitution. Okay. We know that this is an informational text, so I want you to be looking for maybe words that are difficult or unfamiliar. I know right now you can't circle those words, but maybe write down on a piece of paper words that are difficult for you or unfamiliar words. Okay, here we go. In the summer of 1787, 55 representatives from 12 states met in Philadelphia. During this meeting, they created the Constitution, the document that defines the roles and responsibilities of the United States government. They had intended for it to unify and strengthen the new nation. But when it was submitted to the individual states for approval, it divided Americans into two opposing camps, Federalists and Anti-Federalists. Federalists and Anti-Federalists were both committed to protecting individual liberties. Both believed in rights as freedom of speech and the right to a fair trial. However, they disagreed over which system of government was best suited to protect these freedoms. Federalists favored a strong national government, while Anti-Federalists thought that state and local governments should retain more power. The two sides disagreed sharply over the new Constitution. Anti-Federalists were alarmed by the fact that it did not place more limits on the national government's power. What if this new government became tyrannical and abused the rights of its people? Anti-Federalists thought that the protection of individual rights should be clearly stated in the Constitution. On the other hand, Federalists felt that such changes were unnecessary. One Federalist named James Madison felt that listing specific rights would complicate the Constitution. But Anti-Federalists were not convinced by this argument. Thomas Jefferson, a famous Anti-Federalist, argued that a Bill of Rights is what the people are entitled to against every government on earth. Eventually, a compromise was reached. Anti-Federalists agreed to drop their opposition to the Constitution in exchange for a guarantee that it would be amended. In 1790, Rhode Island became the last state to ratify the Constitution. By the end of the following year, 3/4 of the state legislatures ratified the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. Written primarily by Madison, these 10 amendments are known as the Bill of Rights. Lawmakers have amended the Constitution 17 more times since then, for a total of 27 amendments. Some amendments have clarified the role and structure of the United States government, but all have had a significant impact on the lives of American citizens. Okay, here's what I want to go over. If we take a look, sometimes it's important that you get more information if you look at the captions for the two pictures that are on page 6 and 7. So take a look at this picture. Now, yesterday we wrote down a question about this. So it says, before the American Revolution, colonists tried to express their discontent with British taxes in published arguments and public protests. In doing so, they risked punishment or imprisonment. The First Amendment was created to guarantee freedom of speech and assembly. Okay, now we've seen some protests, and so they were doing that way back then. The other picture on this page says the Sixth Amendment to the Constitution guarantees all citizens charged with a crime the right to a trial. All right, let's take a look at the word government. Now, we've heard the word government before, but let's break it down. Govern means to rule. Okay. And then you have meant. It's the act of doing something. So when you put those together, you get government. And government is the act of making and enforcing rules. Now, we all know that there's a lot more to the government than just that, but that's what government means. The other word I have circled is compromise. Now, sometimes parents tell us to compromise, or we tell our children to compromise. And what that means is when people who disagree agree to give up something to end the dispute. So each side agrees to give up something to come together to end the dispute. Amendments. Well, that's something that we hear a lot about, especially when we're talking about the Constitution. Amended. So the lawmakers amended and changed, made changes to the Constitution. So amend is to change. All right, well, let's talk here as we go through our second read. And we're focusing today on what is the main idea. If you take a look, the conflict over the Constitution. Conflict. Disagree? That's your main idea. Disagreements. We're talking all about the disagreements over the Constitution. So that's the main idea. Now, you're going to want to remember that when you are picking out from an informational text, you can get a lot of facts. And some of these facts are more important than others. Some are just interesting, and they're kind of fun facts. Others are informational and will help you to infer what the main idea is. So, if we take a look here, it talks about, and you'll get to underline this at some point once you get your mentor text, but there's a lot of great facts, like interesting facts, like, okay, there were 55 representatives from 12 states that met. They intended to unify and strengthen the new nation. But when we're looking for the main idea, which is the disagreements over the Constitution, that last part of that last line, it says, it divided Americans into two opposing camps, Federalists and Anti-Federalists. So it's showing that there's conflict or division. So that's where you can start your main idea. Paragraph 2. So if you take a look at paragraph 2, there it is again. However, they disagreed over which system of government was best suited to protect these freedoms. That's information. That's not just interesting, but it's informational. We need that to support our main idea. And that word disagreed, that shows that that is part of our main idea. All right, your turn. So in paragraphs 3 and 4, What I want you to do is read through those and maybe write down on your piece of paper a part of a sentence or a whole sentence that helps us to figure out and support our main idea. We need a supporting detail from there. So go ahead and do that. Okay. I'm hoping that you paused the video to do that. All right. So we have that word again, disagreed. So that definitely is supporting our main idea. And then I underlined anti-federalists were alarmed by the fact that it did not place more limits on the national government's power. So we're getting one side and one point of view, the anti-federalist point of view. And then it says anti-federalists thought that the protection of individual rights should be clearly stated in the Constitution. So it's showing what their thoughts were. Now, on this side, paragraph 4, it's now going to give the opposing side, the Federalist side. On the other hand, helps us to know that that is the other side's opinion. Federalists felt that such changes were unnecessary. So that right there is saying they do not agree. Okay, so what I want you to do now is evaluate your learning. When you get write on your piece of paper what number you feel that you are in talking about that you can evaluate details read to determine main idea and supporting details. All right, so you're a 1, I'm still confused. A 2, I can do it with help. A 3, I can do this on my own. Or a 4, I've got this. I can teach it. So go ahead and write that down on a piece of paper, and then eventually you'll be able to write it up in the corner of your mentor text. That's all I have for you today, boys and girls. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.